Despite the fact that 2025 came with big promises for gaming fans, the reality was not always so bright. Between massive announcements and high expectations, some games emerged that shockingly disappointed players, whether due to technical issues, weak content, or promises that were never fulfilled. In this video, we will take a closer look at the worst games released in 2025, titles that failed to meet expectations and left behind widespread frustration within the gaming community. Stay with us to discover these games and why they were considered among the worst releases of the year. With a sense of fatigue that had controlled the series for some time, a weak campaign and strong competition from games like Battlefield 6, Arc Raiders, and Ready or Not, Black Ops 7 failed to revive the franchise and fell to become the lowest-rated Call of Duty entry in history. Despite this time focusing on a more tactical gameplay approach, Black Ops 7 failed to deliver any meaningful innovations that would help it stand out within the long list of franchise releases that are in need of some refinement. This was especially disappointing in a year that saw the release of several excellent shooter games. While the original game may have been seen as innovative at the time of its release, the remake's insistence on preserving the original experience has backfired with the passage of time. Sacred 2's stiff mechanics and outdated visuals needed more than a simple facelift, making it a game that will mostly be played out of nostalgia. Despite offering some great elements in its setting and world design, it simply does not measure up to modern standards. The world may be unique enough to give the game some replay value, but the heavy and exhausting gameplay experience can quickly push players away. This should have been a full remake if it wanted to succeed with today's demanding audience. The core combat, shaky aiming, and poor character models made this game a disappointment for both longtime fans and newcomers. Its bleak environments and weak design turned it into a quickly forgettable experience. Even the platforming sections meant to add challenge ended up frustrating players. While some combat moments were fun, they relied more on luck than skill. Overall, the game had potential but fell far short of expectations. Merging a vampire adventure with a detective-style investigative world sounds like a great idea, doesn't it? Yet, Bloodlines 2 fails to capitalize on this concept. The focus on sending the player all over its well-crafted world doesn't hide the fact that exploration feels unrewarding. While the environment is relatively good, the combat is heavy and unfun, and the game fails to deliver on any level. It can become boring from one moment to the next if you don't try to vary your actions. In a year where Ghost of Yotei offered a more complex investigative experience with excellent combat, this game is unfortunately left in the shadow. With a terrible remake of the series' iconic characters and gameplay that stops being fun after the initial thrill of moving freely in a carefully crafted Westeros RPG world, King's Road fails to maintain excitement. Poor character models, visual glitches, and a progression system that worked against players seeking advancement undermined the charm of some beautifully designed scenes. Combat quickly becomes repetitive, and as an RPG, menu management rather than character development made the experience exhausting. King's Road was an ambitious attempt to revive a famous series in the gaming world, but unlike its presence in other media, this Westeros version failed to capture audiences. It's disappointing to see it listed among the worst games of 2025, but it's one of those titles best avoided due to its unengaging gameplay journey. Despite the legacy the game carries, you quickly realize that Tripwire Interactive didn't take full advantage of the valuable feedback from the closed beta. It can be fun at times, especially when planning the destruction of Zeds carefully, but the lack of content makes it quickly forgettable. The single-player survival mode might be the most enjoyable part, yet the limited synergy between playable classes and the lack of enemy types and bosses at launch turn the game into a consequence-free slaughter once you get used to its combat mechanics.